In Cambodia's Kampong Chhnang province, a legend tells a young woman named Neang Kongrey, whose husband betrayed her and then used magic to turn her into a mountain range as she chased after him. To this day, she sleeps there, overlooking the Tonle Sap River. Today, the clay from Kampong Chhnang soil is used to make some of the best pottery in the country. In fact, Kampong Chhnang translates as the port of pots. And it is here, in the village of Bhanh Skhhoul, that a group of women are pioneering the production and sale of the Neang Kongrey Cookstove. It's a simple project that's bringing advantages to rural economies, local women and the environment. Cambodia is one of the world's poorest countries. Over 80% of the population live in rural areas, and approximately 1/3 of its people live on less than 50 cents a day. Most people depend on fuels such as firewood and charcoal for their cooking needs. And as population growth accelerates, the consumption of both firewood and charcoal continues to grow. Degrading ecosystems and the combustion of hardwoods for fuel are contributing to rising carbon emissions levels. More than 2 million rural families still cook using 3-stone or traditional style cookstoves. These can consume about 6 kilograms of wood per day and produce hazardous levels of smoke and black carbon emissions, often leading to serious health problems. But the Neang Kongrey cooking stove, as produced by the women of Bhanh Skhhoul, saves more than 60% fuel wood compared to a 3-stone stove and 22% compared to traditional cook stoves. With a retail price of only $1.50, it is affordable and popular in rural areas. The stove's success originates from the project's model production facility in Bhanh Skhhoul, funded by the World Bank Asia Sustainable and Alternative Energy Program and implemented by GERES, an international non-government organisation with extensive improved cookstove experience in Cambodia.
Neang Kongrey stove is a low-cost, improved cookstove. It can provide a clean and efficient cooking technology. The stove can generate more heat due to improved airflow into the combustion chamber. It also can minimize heat loss due to the improved design, and it also reduces the emission of smoke.
ចង្ក្រាននាងកង្រីល្អមានគុណភាពហើយដុតសំសំសំចៃអស់ក៏អស់តាច់ខ្ជុំក៏អស់តាច់គុណភាពក៏ល្អដុតឆ្អិលសម្រាប់ឆាប់ឆ្អិនបាយហើយម្យ៉ាងទៀតតម្លៃក៏ថោកសមរម្យនឹងអាចទិញប្រើគ្រប់គ្នាបានហើយម្យ៉ាងទៀតចង្ក្រានសៀមកាលពីមុនខ្ញុំដុតក៏ចុះអស់ខ្លាំងហើយហុយផ្សែងក៏បាយក៏ក្រឆ្អិនអស់ក៏ខាតហើយម្យ៉ាងទៀតចង្ក្រាននាងកង្រីថ្មីនេះក៏ដុតងាយស្រួលឆាប់ឆ្អិនបាយហើយម្យ៉ាងទៀតគុណភាពក៏ល្អវាអត់សូវចុះអស់ដូចចង្ក្រានបុរាណយើងចាហើយវាអត់សូវដូចថាការបំភាយផ្សែងណាអត់សូវមានទៀតចាហើយដុតស្រួលវាងុំកម្ដៅងុំ
The World Bank Asia Sustainable and Alternative Energy Program began funding the improved cookstove pilot project in 2008.
The World Bank has traditionally supported large-scale electricity projects in Cambodia. However, the cookstove project is important because most rural families spend more on cooking fuel than electricity. We see the cookstove initiative as a means to create a positive environmental impact in Cambodia while creating sustainable improvement in terms of both gender issue and local economic growth.
At the production training facility in Bhanh Skhhoul, local women are trained in the production of Neang Kongrey Cookstoves.
ទីនេះគឺជាមជ្ឈមណ្ឌលបណ្ដុះបណ្ដាលផលិតចក្រាននាងកង្រីហើយកន្លងមកយើងបានបណ្ដុះបណ្ដាល3វគ្គតាំងពីចុងឆ្នាំ2008មកហើយក្នុងអ្នកហ្នឹងគាត់ផលិតបានសរុបទាំងអស់មានចំនួនចក្រានជាង3000ចក្រានក្នុងមួយខែហើយក្នុងម្នាក់ហ្នឹងគាត់ទទួលបានប្រាក់កម្រៃបើគិតជាមធ្យមប្រចាំថ្ងៃវិញគឺ10000រៀលក្នុងមួយថ្ងៃហើយបើគិតជាប្រចាំខែវិញគឺពី$60ទៅ$70ក្នុងម្នាក់ការរៀនចង្ក្រាននាងកង្រីការចូលវគ្គដំបូងពិបាកនឹងការក្នុងការធ្វើណាស់ដល់តែ UA តើតែចេះបានយើងអាចផលិតធ្វើបាន
Initially, the idea of the model production facility was to train 10 women to make the high-quality Neang Kongrey Cookstove.
However, the women felt that working from home would allow them greater flexibility. So the production facility became a centre training and equipping women to produce the stoves from home.
ហើយចំពោះការផលិតរបស់គាត់បច្ចុប្បន្នហ្នឹងគឺគាត់យកដីពីមជ្ឈមណ្ឌលទៅផលិតនៅផ្ទះបន្ទាប់ពីក្រោយការចាត់ជារួចគាត់យកចង្ក្រានហ្នឹងមកដុតនៅមណ្ឌលវិញគាត់ថាអានេះជាមុខរបរមួយដែលថាយើងនៅផ្ទះណាចាឆ្លៀតពេលពីការងារជាមេផ្ទះមកយើងអាចជាមានមុខរបរជាអាជីពមួយសម្រាប់គ្រប់គ្រងគ្រួសារយើងអត់ទៅណាទេហើយការផលិតហ្នឹងមិនមែនថាចេះតែផលិតអត់មានឈប់ឈរសោះក៏អត់ដែរប៉ុណ្ណឹងណាយើងអាចថាផលិតចឹងទៅមកព្រឹកចឹងយើងកំណត់ខ្លួនយើងថាឲ្យបាន12ចក្រានចឹងទៅយើងទៅដាំបាយដាំទឹកធ្វើម្ហូបអីចឹងទៅកូនចៅទៅរៀនអស់ចឹងទៅហូបអីហើយសម្រាប់បានតិចទៅយើងចាប់ផ្ដើមផលិតទៀតទៅបាន12ចក្រានអីទៀតចឹងទៅ
The Neang Kongrey Cookstove project provides evidence of how building on traditions can promote women's empowerment, even in impoverished or post-conflict environments.
In the last decade or so, the World Bank's been paying much greater attention to issues of gender equality. And this is not only because it's the right thing to do, it's also because we know gender equality is good for the society as a whole. We know that children that grow up in households where their mothers are better educated have themselves better health outcomes. This is just an example, and so now we are including gender considerations in all of our projects, including infrastructure projects, as well as in our policy advice to governments.
By drawing on Cambodian women's traditional roles as producers and retailers, the Neang Kongrey Improved Cookstove project benefits not only the women who produce the stove, but also a wide network of retailers across the country.
ក្នុងមួយលក់រាយក៏ដាច់ក្នុងមួយសប្តាហ៍លក់បានប្រហែលជា300ទៅ400ចង្ក្រានជារៀងរហូតព្រោះចង្ក្រាននេះស្រួលប្រើពេលដុតទៅវាមានភ្លើងឆេះល្អងុំល្អពីមុនលក់ចង្ក្រានសៀមតែឥឡូវលក់ចង្ក្រាននេះដាច់ព្រោះអីគេប្រើស្រួលចង្ក្រានឡើយ
With a dissemination rate of about 8,000 units per month, the Neang Kongrey Cookstove accounts for about 5% of the cookstove market. The challenge remains to encourage 2 million rural families to adopt improved cookstove technology. Together, they could save about 700,000 tonnes of wood per year and over 500,000 tonnes of CO2. Around 10% of the total carbon emissions by the energy and transport sectors in Cambodia. In order to realise this, the Ministry of Industry, Mines and Energy, with technical assistance from the World Bank, plans to initiate a national improved cookstove program.
ក្រសួងឧស្សាហកម្មរ៉ែនិងធម្មពលចង់បានការផលិតចង្ក្រានសម្រាប់ចម្អិនអាហារពីបែបបុរាណជំនួសដោយបច្ចេកវិទ្យាចង្ក្រានអានសន្សំសំចៃដែលនឹងផ្ដល់ផលល្អជាងមុនដូច្នេះក្រសួងឧស្សាហកម្មរ៉ែនិងធម្មពលនឹងមានកិច្ចព្រមព្រៀងជាមួយធនាគារពិភពលោកដើម្បីធ្វើការងារជាមួយគ្នាលើការផ្ដើមគំនិតនៅចង្ក្រានចម្អិនថ្មីដែលមានប្រសិទ្ធភាព ដែលជាចំណែកមួយជួយកាត់បន្ថយភាពការប្រើប្រាស់អុសធ្យូងជាពិសេសទៅទៀតនោះគឺជួយដល់ស្ត្រីភេទទាំងការសន្សំសំចៃការចំណាយក្នុងគ្រួសារនិងកាត់បន្ថយផលប៉ះពាល់សុខភាព
Cambodia has a long tradition of its women producing and using ceramic cook stoves. By building on past traditions, the model production facility at Bhanh Skhhoul is helping to not only economically empower local women, but also to provide the country with cleaner, more efficient cooking technology. Technology that is simple, appropriate, and accessible to all Cambodian people, offering them a better quality of life now and into the future.